guys, today you join me from the driver's seat of this Abarth 500 with 250 brake horsepower. Whoa! Now this is Graham's car and I must say a massive thank you to Graham, but this is his new car. He's just freshly built it up. 250 brake horsepower through what is basically under a ton's worth of Abarth is frankly hilarious. This car is insane. It is crazy to drive, but my God, it's a laugh. It is so good. It is so satisfying to finally drive something this light and this powerful in the Abarth form. I love these little cars. They're such a good laugh. You throw 250 brake horsepower and 260 odd foot-pound of torque through this. Third gear. Whoa! It is an absolute riot to drive. It is frankly insane as well. Best combination ever. So now this car has a BorgWarner hybrid turbo on it. Obviously the injectors have been upgraded and so has the fuel pump. I'll put all of the technical details in the description below, but the thing you've got to realise is this is still a standard block. It's still a 1.4 with just the bigger turbo and the bigger injectors. All has to be fueled as well, so it's got a bigger fuel pump. It's also riding on BMC Racing Coilovers and it has the 4-pot Brembo brakes at the front because you need that stopping power with such a lightweight car like this. Whoa, 4th gear, hello 4th gear. Now this gets up to the speed limit very quickly and you do tip that 3rd gear and my God, it absolutely shocks you into submission. You think 3rd gear in one of these little cars isn't going to be too vicious, I suppose? Trust me, it is on another level this car. It has been set up by Ian at the works, very good close friend of mine, and he has done an unbelievable job. Hats off to you, Ian. Honestly, it is unbelievable to drive. It is so compliant, around 3,500 RPM. That turbo comes in and you are holding on for dear life. You really are. You've got to remember 250 brake horsepower and something this lightweight is where it's at. It is simply insane. It's got the AAD shifter just here, which is sort of the finishing touch on something this small and this chuckable. You want a good notchy gearbox in with it all as well. Now we've just experienced a little bit of rain, so there is a little bit of slip on the road, but it's very compliant. The car is very chuckable. It really, you know, keeps a good footprint as to where you're going. Now the BMC Racing Coilovers, they're a little bit harsher than the standard car. They do their job. It's very good cornering, this car, and you get the sense that it's been set up properly. The tuning work has been done by the guys at Tune for Performance, unbelievably taking this car from what is basically 135 brake horsepower as a standard car. Ian at the works doing all the work, and then, you know, tuning that turbo to this car. Mind-blowing performance in something that is also for sale. So if you want this car, it's actually for sale at the moment. Again, I'll put a link in the description to this car's for sale ad. Graham is actually going a different route with his cars, but he's had such a good time creating this one, and I can see why, because whoa. The front wheel drive, when it comes on, honestly, like, I've missed chuckable little cars like this with frankly an epic amount of brake horsepower, considering, you know, under a ton this car is. Now it's also got a PowerMotive wireless exhaust system on it, so it actually has a remote key fob to open up the vacuum valve for this car. You know, these are very dailyable. This is still at this brake horsepower, very, very dailyable. And you want sometimes to jump in your car and it to be quiet in a way. So I really appreciate that's something that Graham definitely wanted to do to this car. I am so impressed with the power, the chuckability, and that surge of boost as well. Oh, absolutely. I'm in love with this. I think it's absolutely bloody awesome.
So taking a quick look around the car, first up at the front we have the Cadamuro, I think I said that right, vented bonnet. Gives the front of the car a lot more aggression, I think. It's also sat on BC Racing Coilovers, lowered down a little bit from the standard ride height, coming down to the wheels. It has a set of Brembo 4-pot calipers just at the front. Sat really, really cool, this car as well. I like the look of it. Carbon up flick, little spoiler extension on the back just there. And coming down we have the PowerMotive wireless valve exhaust system, and the black paintwork with the gold accents, gold hydro dipped parts on the car and the gold wheels really, really finishes off. Bloody cool little car.
Just a second gear pull then, and oh, it's so controllable though, and I appreciate that. It's a little bit of excitement that you'll get with something like this when you put that sort of power through it. Second gear. Whoa! Oh wow, what an exquisite drive. Coming on boost, third gear. Whoa! You do have to keep both hands on the steering wheel most of the time though. If you are really getting up there in the rev, you have to hang on. And I quite like the fight. I like the fight of front wheel drive. It's quite an exciting time for me. I really do enjoy it. But anyway guys, that's the video. I hope you like the car. Big shout out to Graham for producing what an incredible Abarth. Honestly, this car has ticked a thing in my head to think I need something like this in my life. I am so impressed. And the build quality as well. Ian at the works, big hats off to you for producing this level of mechanical knowledge in something like this. It's just the perfect build. It really is, and I really do appreciate that. I appreciate, you know, modifying cars but doing it so well as well. It feels like it came out of the factory like this. It's that good, and you've got to go and drive one of these. If you're thinking of putting, you know, a bigger turbo on your Abarth or doing something like this to a similar car, go and do it. You will not be disappointed. It is such a good drive, and it has the best of everything with the AAD Short Shifter, that exhaust system. I am sold. I love this. I think it's awesome.